Okay, now that we're a few minutes after the hour, I'm going to get started here. I'll introduce our team, and then we'll see other additional people may join as we move in. I do have kind of beeps turned off, so hopefully we won't have too much disturbance, and I'll just remind people, please keep your phone on mute while the presentation is going on so that we can keep that noise down. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Danielle Vidoff. I'm a Senior Consultant at Navigant. I work for through the California Sustainability Alliance, which is funded by Southern California Gas, and it's the California Sustainability Alliance that is putting on this competition this year, the 2014 Blueprint for Functional Sustainability competition. And on the phone with me, I have Dexter Liu, who also works for the California Sustainability Alliance, and we will be running this presentation and answering any questions. We will also be the contact people for you if you do have questions during the course of the competition. So I'll move forward. The agenda for today is pretty short. I'm hoping to keep this to about a 15 to 20 minute presentation and then open it up for questions if there are any questions at this time. So we're going to kind of give a quick overview of the competition, give a short overview of the building, the competition focus, the requirements for teams, timeline or schedule for the competition, how you go about getting registered, and then kind of the details of who are the key contacts, how to get in touch with us, and any questions that people have. So I'll start with the overview. This competition really was designed with the idea of asking students to redesign an existing building with holistic sustainability in mind. And the goal here is to really think about what it means to redesign a building versus building a building that's new. We have a great opportunity in our world to look at existing buildings and how we can make those existing buildings better functioning. And it's something we're going to have to work with over the next many of decades. So this was really an opportunity to look at how we do redesign. So the competition kind of objectives are to look at broadening green building education within the California higher education system. You'll notice that we do really focus on cross-discipline collaboration. That's something that's really important in the working world, in fields of architecture, engineering, sustainability. So that's something we really do try to highlight in this competition. And then we also want to just focus on highlighting student efforts looking in this field, recognizing things like human needs, economic impacts, and social responsibilities, and then focusing on multiple sustainability elements, not just focusing on one piece such as energy, but looking at the building from a full holistic sense. So just a quick overview. We're hoping to select 3 to 4 finalist teams at the end of this competition. That'll be in late November. Those 3 to 4 finalist teams will have the opportunity to present their ideas in person for a panel of local judges, which will be comprised of mostly California Sustainability Alliance members, but may also include people from Southern California Gas, from the building owner group, and also possibly some other kind of VIPs in the green design field. The winning team will receive $3,000 in prize money, so that's kind of the opportunity that you have as a participant in this competition. So the focus of the competition, we're going to give you just a little bit of basic information. We're going to be looking at a Los Angeles government office building, so you have the opportunity to kind of affect a building in your area. And working at least in the Los Angeles community where Southern California Gas is located. The building that we're looking at was completed in the early 2000s, It's approximately 140 to 2,000 square foot with some ground floor retail in the building. So it is a slightly mixed-use building and houses quite a few government office facilities. So it's a pretty standard office building, and that's kind of the focus of what we'll be looking at. There is a great opportunity in buildings such as this to really look at sustainability, and whether it even was a code building or something that was built to, you know, a LEED standard or something like that, there's a great opportunity to look at what are the ways that we can push our buildings even further within a reasonable budget and within the confines of working in the real world. So our guiding question is really what level of sustainability is achievable through a whole building full gut rehab. And the full gut rehab really we're focusing on here is the opportunity to open up the building completely. So even making recommendations that think about opening up envelope, relocating exterior windows. So it's not just confined to renovation within the confines of the existing building. The caveat that I'm going to say with this is that we would like to focus on keeping this cost effective and make sure that the solutions really reflect an answer that the building owners could understand or could see being a future possibility. So the real goal here is not to tear down the building and build something new, but it really is to think about what's existing in the building that makes sense to reuse and how can you reuse that in the right way to make it more sustainable. We have 7 focus categories that we're looking at, that of zero net energy, zero net water, waste reduction, occupant behavior, regenerative design, real-world functionality, and then alternative sustainability. I'm not going to go into detail into each of these here right now. I mean, the real focus is just that we're going to cover everything from energy to water to waste to how the occupants function within the building. There will be detailed category definitions that will be included in the release of the competition materials on Monday, this upcoming Monday. So you will see some detailed discussion of what these categories mean and can come to any of us if you do have questions about what is included within those. So Dexter, do you want to take over this next section?
Yeah, sounds good. Hi everyone, my name is Dexter Liu. I'm also working with Danielle on this competition. I also work for Navigant Consulting. So just wanted to go over real quickly what the requirements were to participate in this competition. So number 1, teams need to consist of 3 or 4 students, pretty simple. Our next requirement, in order to kind of foster this cross-disciplinary nature of the competition, is that teams need to have multiple majors on their team. And so this can be an architecture student, it can be an engineering student, it can be different types of engineering students. What we're trying to do here is just get students to involve themselves with other majors outside of their own. The next requirement is that teams are required to secure and name 1 faculty advisor. And then finally, only 1 entry will be accepted per team, as is standard. So just a few other notes real quickly. Teams with students from different colleges and universities will also be accepted. So if you're at UC Irvine and you want to partner with someone at UC Santa Barbara, that is fine. As long as all the colleges for the students are within California, this will be accepted. So when you do send in your submission, each submission will receive personal feedback from the judges. So some comments on how they did, what was strong about it, what were some weaknesses, what could be improved, and so on. And then finally, the ones that are selected for the finalists will be also posted on the Alliance website. So Danielle, next page real quick. Thank you.
Do you mind watching over my screen real quick?
It sounds like we have someone not on mute. If you don't have your phone on mute, can you please turn it on mute at this point, and then we'll open the lines back up.
Okay, I'll continue real quick. Hopefully we'll get that on mute. So a quick timeline for this competition. So today is the webinar, and the deadline for the registration is Friday at 11:59 p.m. So I've got a couple of days for you to finalize your teams and send in the information, which is really quick. So you can do this on the website at sustainca.org/2014_blueprint. And it's just a quick registration with your team member names, your majors, and also your faculty advisor as well. And so after that registration deadline closes, we'll be sending out the competition information on Monday. And that'll include the building specifications, actual competition guidelines, and so on. And so we have a tentative interim building walkthrough scheduled as well next week or the week afterward in Los Angeles. And so the rest of it is a little further into the future, but a little over a month from now will be the deadline for all submissions. A week after that will be when the finalists are selected. And then finally on December 6th, which is a Saturday, we'll have an in-person finalist presentation at the center itself.
Yeah, and Danielle, it looks like we have a question out there from Carlo. Carlo, did you want to jump in and note something?
No, if maybe you can just mute the line.
Yeah, I can't do it from my end here.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. And that's why we're asking people to mute their own.
Okay.
Yeah, so if everybody could check their phones real quickly to make sure that they're on mute. We've got at least one person who's not. But let's just keep going real quickly. So next slide, please.
Yep. Let's see if it'll go.
Okay, here we go. So like I said earlier, the website is right there, pretty simple to get to. Click on the registration link and just a few pieces of pretty simple information, your name, your college or university, your major, what year you're in school, and what your email address is. And then we'll also have just one person be your primary contact for your team, which will make it really easy for us to get information to you and for you to submit your project for. And then we'll also need you to enter your dedicated faculty advisor's information, and then that's it. So really simple, got a couple days to do it. Just make sure you do it before midnight on Friday. So to be specific, 11:59 p.m. on Friday, so no one is confused. If you submit it on Saturday at midnight, it will not be accepted. Okay. One more slide here. So we've got our contact information here, so if you want to take it down really quickly, you can reach out to either Danielle or I, and we'll both be willing to respond to any questions that you might have. And we've got our website down there as well as the general inquiry email address. And I believe that is it. So unless, Danielle, you have anything else to add, we'll open up for Q&A.
Okay, thanks, Dexter. And yeah, just to add, this presentation will go up on the website shortly following this, so contact information and the details that are included here will be available, as well as we will have a recording of this call. So now we're going to open it up for questions if there's anyone that does want to ask questions at this time, and just to make note of how the questions will be dealt with. Any questions that are asked now will be added to kind of an FAQ document, which will be live on the website. If additional questions are received about the competition throughout the course of the competition, those questions will be added to the FAQ document, and it will kind of keep a running list for anything that's applicable to the entire group. So I'll open it up now if there are any questions on the line. Well, it sounds like we're pretty quiet. Let's see if anything came in through. So it doesn't look like I have any questions over here. If there are no questions on the line, what we will do is we will close this down. This will just serve as a introduction here. And then if people do have questions as they're thinking about this, or how to pull teams together, or want to know a little bit more about the competition guidelines, please feel free to reach out to both myself, Dexter, our contact, or through the email address, the blueprint@SustainCA. Those are all options for reaching out, and we will make sure to get back to you. So are there any questions that I should follow up with? No, it sounds like we're good. So thank you for calling in. We really encourage you to join in this competition, and we look forward to seeing both your registration and then your submissions as we move through this process. Thank you.